There are tons of fish out there that people find to be frustrating. In my first controversial fish file, we talked about the rock bass, and I was pleasantly surprised with the amount of fellow rock bass enjoyers out there. Seriously, I was not expecting to see so many people be so positive about them in the comments. However, there was a fish that I saw get brought up multiple times where the same cannot be said. And that gave me the idea to turn this into a series on my channel. So today, we're going to be talking all about the fish that many of you have requested, the chain pickerel, and why this fish gets so much hate. Chain pickerel are a member of the pike family. As you can probably tell, these guys have a long torpedo-shaped body, which they use to accelerate at very fast speeds. They have a light green coloration, with the top of their bodies being a darker green. Amongst this darker green top, they also have a light green stripe, which directly mimics seaweed. The chain pickerel also possess a distinctive chain-like pattern along their sides, which gives them their name. Their overall coloration is used to camouflage their appearance amongst vegetation in order to ambush prey. These guys can live anywhere with extensive underwater vegetation. Lakes, creeks, rivers, swamps, and even wetlands are all on the table for potential habitats. However, they do seem to prefer shallower waterways. This large variety of habitats often leads them to sharing it with other species in the pike family, most commonly being the northern pike, where they eat the same food sources as well. Chain pickerel are a predatory fish by nature and are extremely opportunistic. They mostly feed on smaller fish. However, they have also been known to eat crayfish, insects, frogs, mice, and even snakes. The max size of the chain pickerel usually lands between 3 and 7 pounds. However, larger individuals can reach into the 9-pound range, with the world record chain pickerel being marked at 9.4 pounds. On average, these guys are going to live up to 10 years. So what's the deal with the chain pickerel hate? Well, they are hated for a couple of different reasons. One of the biggest ones being their sharp teeth. Chain pickerels, like all in the pike family, have rows of razor-sharp teeth. They use these teeth to secure prey in their mouths. However, during fishing, they are known to cut straight through fishing line. Their teeth also pose a challenge for fishermen when it comes to unhooking and handling them. Unlike with a lot of other fish, where you can just hold them by their mouths, pickerels need to be held through their gills. A lot of fishermen have also been bit by these guys when they unhook them, which is never a fun situation. What makes getting bit by them worse is the fact that they have an anticoagulative in their saliva, which prevents blood clots. This makes the open bite wound bleed for a much longer period of time. Chain pickerel are a very aggressive predatory fish that will use the weed cover to their advantage to dart out at incredible speeds and ambush prey. As mentioned, they target smaller fish, so lures they often strike at are any kind of fish mimicking lures. Jerkbaits, whopper ploppers, crankbaits, and soft plastic minnows are all good choices. These lures also tend to be popular when targeting other species of fish like bass or walleye. So, what often happens is that the pickerels will dart out and break off these lures with their sharp teeth. Something to also note is that the chain pickerel are not the best fighting fish out there. They use a lot of their energy for their initial lunge. So once they've already been hooked, they have a lot less fight in them. Not saying they are a bad fight by any means, but compared to their much larger cousins, like the northern pike and especially the muskie, they are not nearly as powerful. The final reason I find a lot of people hating on them is the fact that they eat a lot of fish fry. Now, this sounds fine and all, but for a lot of people that target the fish that they commonly eat, like bass or the panfish, they may have a distaste for these guys, which honestly isn't fair as that's just nature for you. Despite all the reasons for hating these fish, I really don't mind them. I do not see or catch them very often at all, so for me they're kind of a rare treat. Something I really like about the chain pickerel are their appearance. I think even some people who hate these fish can agree that they are in fact beautiful. The combination of the different hues of green, that chain-like pattern, and their intimidating appearance all leads to a beautiful yet dangerous looking fish. Of course, appearance is subjective, and the pike family are probably my favorite game fish, so I am definitely biased here, but I still like how they look. They also play an important part in the ecosystem for balancing it out. Since they eat a lot of the small fish, they act as a great population control. See, if there are too many small fish, it can lead to overpopulation and even stagnation of growth in that population. These guys are a great way to prevent both of those issues from occurring. I also think if you plan on using baits that chain pickerel like to target in the waters that you know they are present, it's best to use them with either a metal clip, braided line, or even a full-on pike leader, just to prevent them from biting off that lure. I know all of these depend on the species you're fishing for and the water clarity, but if you can use them, they will help prevent your line from being bit off. I'll also say that if you ever see a pickerel or pike lunge from the weed line at your lure in clear water, it is one of the coolest things in all of fishing. I mean, they seriously rush at that thing like a full-on freight train. For all those reasons, whether you think they are trash or underrated, they have a place in the world of fishing. So what do you think of the chain pickerel? Do they deserve the hate, or are they underrated? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Take care.